You know, in these cases, oftentimes I would have a script prepared and would make some nice statements, but tonight I really want to speak from the heart. This association means so much to me. And every person that we're going to talk about tonight has paved the way for me to stand where I'm standing today. And it's also paved the way for each of you to be in this position, to have an organization that talks so much about small colleges and young people and providing opportunities for them. Now, I said we're gonna honor the past and the present. I would begin by mentioning the present. You know, we have KT Stockton from NHTI, a soccer player. She led the association in goals, assists, and points 3 straight years, 3-time All-American. Carrie Mitchell, hopefully she's watching from home. She couldn't be here tonight. 4-time All-American from Florida College, 3-time national champion. I start with the present because I think each of us here is because of those individuals, students, people that we care about, people that we want to create those opportunities for. For that, I applaud you, and I ask that you join me in applauding everyone in this room. I think Garth did a great job of introducing some of the people that laid the foundation. I had the pleasure of meeting Elaine Trafton, the wife of late Charlie Trafton, who was the second commissioner of the NLCAA behind Del Noble, and she told me a story about Del. We had such a tough time tracking down documents when the founder of this organization. But this one story just tells me everything I need to know, and tells me that this organization started in 1966 on a firm foundation because Del Noble was a visionary who believed in young people. He believed in providing opportunities for people, which is why Charlie Trafton had the opportunity to do what he's doing. And there's so many parallels, and I look at it and I say Del Noble was a coach. Del Noble showed the way, he showed the path, and people followed. Each of you do the same. This room is filled with mentors: Garth Pleasant, Bill Casto, Dave Gagne, people who have made an impact in my life personally. And for everybody that I didn't name: Gary Dahlman, Tom Hughes, Jerry Jones, Gary Zane. I'm sure there's 100 more like me that you've made an impact on those people's lives. For that, we honor you tonight, and I say congratulations. At this time, we would like to honor our annual award winners, and again, show a little bit of the present of the USCAA. This is an annual awards dinner, and at this time, it's my pleasure to announce the Director's Cup Award winners for 2016-17. The USCAA Director's Cup is an annual award set out to recognize USCAA programs that excel in a wide array of sports, and we have a point system that is given to institutions based on their finish at USCAA championship events. Coming in 3rd place for this year's Director's Cup, they had a volleyball national championship, 4th place finish in men's cross country, 10th place finish in women's cross country, a tie for 3rd in men's soccer, a tie for 5th in women's soccer, a tie for 7th place in men's and women's basketball. From Temple Terrace, Florida, with 511 points, Florida College, represented by their athletic director, Pat Todd. Who was in our awards for us tonight. In 2nd place in the Director's Cup this year, they had a 2nd place finish, 4th place finish in men's golf, 2nd place finish in men's and women's cross country, a tie for 3rd place in men's basketball, and a 2nd place finish in women's basketball. From Berea, Kentucky, with 522.5 points, represented by Athletic Director Mark Hartnell of Berea College. Now for our Directors' Cup champion. Hoisting the cup for the first time in their history as an institution, they had a second place finish in men's golf, a third place finish in men's cross country, women's cross country national championship as well. A second place finish in softball and a third place finish in baseball. From Howell, Michigan, 545.5 points, represented by Athletic Director Ward Mullins, Cleary University. Congratulations to our Directors' Cup champions this year. At this time, it's one of the main reasons we're here tonight. I'll bring back Jack Akerson. We have some great media prepared in tribute to our Hall of Fame members. We'll begin with legacy members tonight.
So our first will be Del Noble. Born in 1905 to humble upbringings in Marion, Ohio, Delphus Del Noble was born with a love for the game of basketball. He chose men's basketball in Ohio, where he won a state championship in 1931 at Cardington Lincoln High School. From there, Noble continued his passion for basketball to the college level. In 1952, Noble founded Midland College of Commerce and started a men's basketball program and served as head coach. Noble always had formidable teams, winning more than 400 games in his career. While at Midland, Noble started the Lake Erie College Conference and the National Little College Athletic Association. He served as the first commissioner and retired from the NLCAA in 1984. A visionary, Noble is credited with creating the full court press in basketball. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we honor the late Del Noble with your round of applause. From a small town in northwest Colorado, Paul Conrad left his mark on Colorado Northwestern Community College. Conrad served as the athletic director, men's basketball and baseball coach, and holds the most wins of any coach in the history of the school. In 2013, Conrad was recognized for his achievements and inducted into the Colorado Dugout Club, a prestigious honor for people who have achieved success in the baseball community in the state of Colorado. Conrad dedicated 3 decades of life to Colorado Northwestern, where he coached his teams to several national championship appearances. Ladies and gentlemen, Paul Conrad could not be here this evening, but we honor him with your applause. Known for his 5 men's basketball national championships and 13 national championship appearances, Dave Lipp is Northwestern Christian University's all-time wins leader with 438 victories. Lipp coached for 23 seasons and has spent more than 40 years being affiliated with NCU, both as a player and coach. Beginning as a player and student trainer in the late 1960s, he played 3 seasons with the Crusader basketball team, earning team MVP honors twice, and garnering all conference honors in 1971. Lip also played baseball for the Crusaders. Ladies and gentlemen, Dave Lip could not be with us as he is traveling out of the country. We honor him with your round of applause. Gary Zane is the all-time winningest coach at Unity College. He has more than 200 wins as a basketball and soccer coach and was the 6-time Conference Coach of the Year. Zane served Unity as the athletic director from 1985 to 2004, leading his teams to 5 NSCAA and USCAA national championship appearances. With the transition to the USCAA, Zane maintained a steady hand in guiding the national office, serving as a longtime board member and the first national eligibility chair from 2001 to 2005. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Gary Zane.
My wife Nancy texted me this morning and she said, Gary, please do 2 things. Tie your tie correctly and don't trip walking up to the podium so I can come batting 1,000. I'm totally humbled by this honor. I've been out of the sports world directly for about 12, 13 years now. So getting the email ding me a few weeks ago and reading it, again, I had goosebumps and chills. When I was a young pup and getting involved in coaching, I actually looked up the origin of the word competition. And lo and behold, it wasn't us versus them. It comes from the Latin to seek together. And being here this weekend, talking to different folks, Matt and his crew recognizing the history and some of the original members of the USCAA and NSCAA, the present membership and the future leadership, bringing it all together. It has an incredible future, and its primary mission from the start, we joined at Unity College in 1992, was to serve the student athlete, and I think it does it as better than any association in the United States. So, thank you.
Let's hear it one more time for Gary Zane. Kenny Moore spent 32 years at Florida College from 1981 to 2013, with most of that time being involved in every area of athletics. In addition to serving on the board of directors for the National Small College Athletic Association and USCAA, Moore coached men's basketball for 8 years and started the women's basketball program in 2010. He was awarded the USCAA Commissioner's Award for his service in 2007. In 1993, Moore was asked to serve as the Director of Athletics, a position he held until 2013. In 1994, he also accepted a second men's basketball head coaching stint and did that until 2002. Moore started the women's basketball program at Florida College in 2010. During his 20-year tenure as Director of Athletics, Moore helped reestablish Florida College's long-standing relationship with what was formerly the NLCAA. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenny Moore could not be with us tonight, but we honor him with a round of applause. A A teacher and athletic administrator for nearly 4 decades, Charles Trafton served as the secretary for the NLCAA in the early 1980s. From 1973 to 1983 at Oakland City College, Trafton wore many hats. He was the athletic director, a physical education instructor, and head men's basketball coach. Trafton's basketball teams were perennial contenders in the NLCAA, and in 1981, his team captured a national championship. Coach Trafton always maintained a relationship with former students and players, especially the 1981 NLCAA champions, who still call his wife to talk about Coach. Ladies and gentlemen, accepting the Hall of Fame award for Charles Trafton is his wife, Elaine Trafton, and daughters Kelly and Shannon.
Well, I am sure that Charlie is looking down from heaven or up from enjoying this night. As much as I have, it is a great, great honor to be here. My beautiful daughters, Kelly and Shannon, are here. And I loved the comments earlier from Charlie's colleague that he knew when he said that bigger is not better. Because the fact that we are a small organization with a heart shows in the fact that you young guys got an interpreter for Charlie's daughter who's deaf. And I appreciate that so much. And it's indicative of the spirit of what was in the NLCAA and continues to be. I'm so proud that this organization has regrouped, has hired all these young guns to make everything continue smoothly and to be a force in the world of college athletics, which was Charlie's great love. Well, after us.
Once again, for Charles Trafton. During his time as commissioner of the NLCAA from 1985 to 1995, Gary Dahlman oversaw the organization's change to becoming the NSCAA. His duties included the writing of the new organization's constitution, overseeing national championship events, keeping the record books, and adding new members. Throughout his involvement with NLCAA and NSCAA, Dahlman served as a director of athletics at Dr. Martin Luther College from 1972 to 1995. He presided over the school's athletic programs, which won 3 national championships as a member of the NLCAA and NSCAA, and coached men's and women's basketball, men's and women's tennis, baseball, soccer, and golf. In 2013, Dahlman published a novel titled White Fox, Dakota Warrior. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Gary Dahlman.
Good evening, and thank you very much. Being at this event this evening is both humbling and exciting and very much appreciated. As we developed in the NLCA and the NCAA, having a program like this didn't even enter our mind. If we thought about it, we probably would have tried it. I knew Del Novo, worked with him, learned to really appreciate the man. But he was a no-frills guy. And if he saw this banquet this evening and what's going on, he'd be just as proud of that as you could possibly find. He would really enjoy it. One does not get to the Hall of Fame by themselves. You need people to support you, stand by you through thick and thin, because there's a lot of thick places along the way. In my situation, I think my father deserved an awful lot of credit. When I was a junior in college, I was going to buy a gas station. I loved working at a gas station. I worked my way through high school and college in one. Had the money to put down on it, and I talked it over with my father. He took one of them and he said, boy, he said, you finish your education because no one can take that away from you. And without that advice, I would not even be sitting here waiting for gas station. I want to thank Doris Pleasant for nominating me. I want to congratulate the USCAA for the fine job they're doing. I'm so impressed. I can hardly believe it. We've come so long, so far, and I think it's a very good thing. Thank you.
Once again, Gary Dahlman. Old Coach Jones grew up in the tiny hamlet of Vermillion, Kansas, where he earned 14 varsity letters at the rural high school. After 4 years in the Marine Corps, Jerry returned to his love of sports. He enjoyed a labor of love for 42 years as an educator, teaching English and coaching 18 years at Kansas high schools before moving to coach college basketball at Kansas Wesleyan University and Indiana University in South Bend. As athletic director at Kansas Wesleyan, Jones won NSCAA national championships in women's volleyball, women's basketball, women's cross country, soccer, and baseball. Jones served on the NSCAA Board of Directors as the organization began to transform into USCAA. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jerry Jones.
Should have worn my Stetson, I guess. Now, I'm so old to know everybody we're talking about. And I thought I'd mention a few things about history because things weren't always as smooth and nice as the way you guys have got it going now. I just got out of coaching high school and gone to the college, and I get this phone call from Paul Conrad. Look at that tape about him, you'd think he was a nice guy. He was a crusty old devil, hard deal. And he says, Jones, somebody just canceled out a national baseball tournament, I need a team. I said, well, we're not very good. He says, that's why I called you. Just need somebody to feel it. And that team was just like all the teams that I ever had and the guys that got me here. This is the highest honor I've had in 42 years of education. I thank so much the guys that nominated me for this. It was really working together with them when we were making the transition. They were just leaders, and I was the guy that followed along and said, go all lead, you guys are good. And they sure were. Just look at where we're at now. Those teams that I had that won those championships, that was the coaches that I hired that won them. We got Tom Hughes being inducted tonight, and he won 3 of them. And he'd have probably won more if we'd let him do everything he wanted, but we didn't have any money. And I want to thank you for having me here, because, like I said, this is highlight of 42 years of education and coaching. I'm so proud to be part of this organization. Thank you so much, man.
Go Coach Jones. Tom Hughes spent several years as a coach and athletic director in the NSCAA and the USCAA. He led Kansas Wesleyan University to back-to-back NSCAA National Women's Basketball Championships in 1996 and 1997, and was named the NSCAA Volleyball Coach of the Year in 97 after winning a volleyball national championship. Following coaching and administration positions in the United States Basketball League, Hughes found a home in Lexington, Missouri, where he spent nearly 15 years as coach, athletic director, and advocate for Wentworth Military Academy. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Tom Hughes.
I'd like to thank everybody here. I would like to thank the USCAA. Don't know who nominated me, but I appreciate it. You know, one of the things that Jerry didn't tell you is we were attending summer school in Emporia, Kansas, and both were coaching high school, and I was not really a very good high school coach. I just didn't have the disposition to coach it. And so we were out having a cool beverage on a hot summer night, and I said to Jerry, I've had it with this high school stuff. I won't be coaching college here before too long. And he said, what do you mean? I said, I don't know where, I don't know when, but I won't be coaching college. Well, fast forward several years, and I took an interim position at Kansas Wesleyan University, interim men's position, with maybe the worst team that I have ever coached. And Jerry, I think, can probably attest to that. And we had tennis players and golfers and whatever playing because nobody had recruited. So anyway, I knew Jerry was coming back, and we were old friends, and they asked me to stay on and take the women's volleyball and basketball position. And I said to my two daughters who are here tonight, Lauren and Caitlin, I said, what do you guys think? I'd already coached the women on college level, and they said, yeah, Dad, you'll do good at that. Well, of course, we were able to win a second one, and then, of course, we got a phone call, hey, we need a place to hold a volleyball tournament, but you need to get the teams. What we did was join the USCAA, and it was advantageous for us. We had several players win some awards and so forth. And what I'm going to tell you right now is without the kids, without the players, without the coaches who worked for me in my position, the athletic director, we wouldn't have done any of it. And so while I am really honored for this tonight, all of that honor goes to the players, the coaches, the female athletes, the male athletes who did your job on the court and who won those titles for us. I thank you very much.
Tom Hughes. Often referred to as the godfather of the USCAA, Garth Pleasant has been a long-standing contributor and supporter of the association. Pleasant has accumulated numerous accolades in his time at Rochester College in Michigan. He has collected 720 wins as a men's basketball coach and has been named to the Basketball Coaches Association of Michigan Hall of Fame and North Oakland Baseball Federation Hall of Fame. Pleasant has also served on a board of directors for 10 years and spent 4 years as president. He was a 4-time NSCAA National Basketball Coach of the Year recipient and a 2-time USCAA Coach of the Year recipient. In 2011, the USCAA dedicated its annual Athletic Director of the Year Award in Pleasant's name. In 2016, Rochester College's new gymnasium, the Garth Pleasant Arena, was dedicated in his honor. Ladies and gentlemen, Garth Pleasant.
As others have said, I'm very grateful, but I owe this to so many others. And I begin with my family. Those of you know who my wife is know that she's the real Hall of Famer in the family. And also to all the players. In 38 years of coaching, I never scored a basket. I never grabbed a rebound. I never handed out an assist. I never took a charge. You know, I'm indebted to all those young men that I've had the privilege of coaching, and those young men that made me a better person. This is a great honor. Championships and victories are great, but it pales in comparison to the relationships we make. And though I'm honored by the Hall of Fame selection, I'm more honored to call people like Gary, Sam, Bill, Matt, Jerry, Tom, Dave, Gary Dolman, and so many more. I'm more honored to call you friend. Wooden's book, they called me coach. He had a poem, Why I Teach. I like to take the liberty of changing the title of that to Why Do I Coach? I like to use the same conclusion. Where can I find more splendid company?
Garth Pleasant. We now move to the United States Collegiate Athletic Association's Hall of Fame recognition, honoring student athletes, coaches, and meritorious contributors for the USCAA from 2001 to the present. A loving husband and father, Bill Casco began playing football at a young age in Polka, West Virginia. Casco has an over 40-year career in athletic coaching and administration on all levels, high school, small college, and Division I college athletics. Prior to taking this position, he served as assistant football coach at William & Mary before moving on to director of athletics at the Apprentice School for 15 years until March of 2008. As Chief Executive Officer, Casco oversaw the revitalization of the USCAA from a 40-member organization to one now of over 80 members. In 2005, Casco took over as Executive Director to lead a project team who worked to improve the image of the USCAA as well as the quality of national championships. In 9 years, his leadership led to not only 100% growth in membership, but a budget more than 10 times what it was in 2005, and the addition of 6 full-time staff members in the USCAA National Office. In retirement, Casco was a world champion interpretive wood sculptor in Williamsburg, Virginia. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Bill Casco.
It's really hard to follow Garth Pleasant with anything, and the speaker particularly. Jack, thank you very much for that kind introduction. And of course, what a wonderful media presentation has been put together tonight. To the Hall of Fame Committee and the Board of Directors, I am honored and humbled to be included with this inaugural group of accomplished men who dedicated their professional lives to coaching and athletic administration. In June of 2005, I was approached by Dave Gagne, then president of the USCAA, to consider assuming the role of commissioner of the organization. He and the board of directors were concerned about the current status and future direction of the organization. Dave can be very persuasive and passionate when it comes to the USCAA. My decision to accept the challenge was based on three considerations. One, USCAA was critical to my non-traditional school's athletic program, and could I help to stabilize it? Was there a basic foundation that provided an opportunity to be successful? And was the board of directors fully committed to change if necessary, and could they provide more of their time and energy to a meagerly staffed national office? After discussions with board members, and of course, Dave's more than gentle nudges, I agreed to accept the position for 1 year. That was 12 years ago. My staff included Jim Heath, then SID of the Apprentice School, and Matt Sims, who was interning with us at Apprentice that summer. We first of all had to determine the scope of the work that was necessary. And we had to answer basic questions. Where was the organization presently? Where do we want it to be? And very simply, how are we going to get there? Working closely with officers, board members, and consulting with Old Dominion University sports management staff, the goals and objectives were clear and simple, and clearly defined. We leaned heavily on board members who had over 100 years combined working experience working with the USCAA. They were Dave Gagne, Garth Pleasant, Perry Shockley, Kenny Moore, Dave Litt, Gary Zane. See how many of those names are in honor tonight? And Cam Crothers. The initial goals and objectives were professionalize the operations of the national office and its image, conduct quality national tournaments, and attract new members. The consistent enabling objective necessary to make any of this possible was to develop strategies to put the organization on a firm financial footing. For 12 years, those simple goals have driven our decisions, daily operations, and planning. Periodically, action plans with enabling objectives were written to support the goals and objectives. Looking back to where we were, I am extremely proud of where the organization is today. These accomplishments were every step of the way a collaboration between officers, board, and staff. All were extremely helpful, but I'd like to single out Dave Gagne, Garth Pleasant, and Matt Richards. They were voices of experience, guidance, confidence, and provided mature wisdom at times the pit bull was ready to come out and be. More often than not, early on, Dave Gagne and I would talk nearly every day. But you know, I believe my greatest accomplishment with the USCAA was the young men and women I was able, and luckily at times, to bring into the national office. It was my absolute privilege to be able to work with such bright, energetic, and motivated group of young people. From Matt Sims, Michael Goodman, Ryan Erie, and the many GAs and interns all made valuable contributions. They energized and motivated me. Without knowing it, they challenged me to think and to be at my best. During times, particularly when I was challenged by personal loss and mentally stressful issues, health issues. Matt Sims, my first hire, has spent 1/3 of his life with the USCAA. I watched him mature into a dynamic leader with unquestioned management skills. I don't know where the USCAA would find a more talented and loyal person to lead you into the future. I'm so proud of Michael Goodman. In 2011, he interviewed for a graduate assistant position, but we ended up hiring him as a full-time administrator. During the past 6 years, Michael has come further and faster than anyone I've observed in my 50 years working in athletics. I would be remiss without recognizing Jim Heath and his contributions to the advancement of the USCAA. For 8 years, Jim worked without compensation to professionalize the information flow, statistics reporting, and media relations program. Jim, wherever you was, you said your health. I am extremely grateful to your unselfish service to the USCAA and to me. The message I've tried to convey is that although I am proud and very honored to be recognized, this is truly a recognition of the many who worked in numerous ways to make the USCAA a place of opportunity for student athletes and a place for America's small colleges that provides certainty and stability, and one that we can all be proud of. Thank you again for this honor.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bill Castro. A native of Colorado Springs, Carrie Mitchell played volleyball for Florida College from 2009 to 2012, attending the USCAA National Tournament all 4 years. She was a 4-time All-American and a 3-time National Tournament Most Valuable Player. Mitchell won 3 national championships from 2009 to 2011. As a left side all-around player, she led her team in serving aces, serve receives, attacking, and kills. A wife, mother, and school teacher, Mitchell is grateful to coaches Donna and Bob Paramore, her teammates, and ultimately to her Heavenly Father for the joys He provides in this earthly life. Ladies and gentlemen, Carrie Mitchell could not be here tonight, but as stated, that she is thankful to have had the opportunity to play at a higher level while attending college. She is thankful to the USCAA and humbled to be chosen for this honor. Your round of applause for Carrie. Born in Brockton, Massachusetts, Catherine Stockton began playing soccer at the age of 8 with siblings Melissa and Robert Stockton. From there, Stockton's love for the game continued, and she was named Gatorade Player of the Year in 1999 while at Stevens High School. Stockton then attended New Hampshire Technical Institute, where she excelled on the soccer field, helping lead her team to 3 Yankee Small College Conference championships and 3 national championship appearances. In addition to being a team captain, Stockton led the nation in goals and assists in 2003, 2004, and 2005. 59 goals and 41 assists in her career. After being away from soccer for 5 years, Catherine volunteers her time to coach a U10 girls soccer team in Wakefield, Massachusetts. She currently resides in the Boston area of Massachusetts. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Catherine Stockton.
Thank you. First of all, I'd like to thank the organization for this great honor, but I'd also like a special thank you to Coach Paul Hogan and Stephen Ambra for their support over the years of my career. So I'm from a small town in New Hampshire, Claremont, New Hampshire, in case any of you guys want to check it out on the map. But the first time that I ever flew in an airplane was going to our national tournament in Dallas, and that was my first year playing soccer at NHTI. But that's what this organization has been able to provide for student athletes. You as members, as athletic directors, as coaches, you've been able to provide players, opportunities to go to these events. So thank you all for that.
Catherine Stockton. From Auburn, Maine, Dave Gagne has been involved and contributed in numerous ways to the USCAA since the beginning. As tournament director for baseball and basketball national championships, service on the board of directors, all while serving as athletic director and head men's basketball coach at Central Maine Community College. Gagne's commitment to student athletes, without question, earns him the distinction to being a first ballot USCAA Hall of Famer. Gagne served as president of the USCAA Board of Directors from 2001 to 2011, as the association grew from 42 members to over 80. Under Gagne's leadership, the Mustangs won 9 league championships, 3 New England championships, and participated in 12 NSCAA and USCAA national championship tournaments. Central Maine captured the gold in 2002, winning the USCAA national championship. In 2015, he was recognized with the USCAA Career Achievement Award, a prestigious honor given only to the most deserving meritorious contributors to the USCAA. Gagne just completed his 24th season as head men's basketball coach. As athletic director in 2017, his women's basketball program was the first women's collegiate basketball program in the state of Maine to win a national championship. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dave Gagne.
He always shows me up. I have to follow Bill, who always shows me up. It's a thrill to be here. I have to tell you, the biggest thrill is seeing Jerry Jones and Tom Hughes and all these guys that I haven't seen years and years. And a chance to see Bill and Garth and all the guys in the end. And we started this thing off a long time ago, and it's been a heck of a rock. It's such a privilege to be here. I mean that in the most sincere way. To see all old friends and see people that you work with on a regular basis. I really cherish the memories and all the work is so worth it. In the 90s, we went to Kansas Wesley for basketball. And Jerry and Tom don't know us. They know now that we talked about this afternoon. But we got to Kansas Wesley in 1997, and they hosted the tournament. And because of what they did and what I saw, really gave me inspiration to get more involved and also run a tournament of my own. And I spent a lot of time with them and asked a ton of questions, how they do everything, and I watched how they do it. It was a great tournament. And I thought someday I'd like to do a tournament like that. I bring it up because at the end of the day, the tournaments are a major factor that drives out players on the fields and off the court to excel and be the best. Despite what some of our fellow citizens say and want, we are still a capitalistic, competitive society that values and puts a premium on winning. When kids play in the UCAA, If they work hard, they get the opportunity to compete in the tournament. They get to compete with an opportunity to win the tournament. It really doesn't get better than that. I think it's a major part of our coaches' responsibility to prepare kids for life. What I call the real world. At our school, we talk about this a lot. You know, is there a better place to learn a skill that any employer would want? Hard work, dedication, commitment, teamwork, discipline, and the most important skill an employer would want is an employee or employer to understand that everyone has a boss. You've got a choice. You can do what the boss wants, or you can move on, whether it's a player or in a position. And that's something we do in the USCAA every single day. You know, with our numerous tournament opportunities and all our sports offerings, we teach our players the importance of competing with a drive to win that may not be available in other associations. And since we all understand that at the end of the tournament, if ultimately will be one champion, we ensure in the USCAA we're promoting individual achievement all season through reward personal performance. We do this through player week honors, academic All-Americans, sport All-Americans, all conference teams, to the year recognitions and player year recognitions. Now I know you're sitting there thinking, well, every sport does that. Every association does that. Get the same opportunities. The answer is yes, they do. But here it's different. USCAA is different. If we put a premium on competing, and tournament opportunities is recognized as competing at the highest level, then the USCAA has all the other associations beat. I'm proud to tell you today that on average, 75% of our membership colleges have competed in the national tournament. 80 college strong, and almost 80% compete in at least one national championship each year, every year now. I have to ask you, when people ask you about the USCAA, what do you say? They say, how does it work? Well, my favorite question I get all the time is, so what division are you? To illustrate, I'll leave you with one of my favorite stories. Each year for my past 23 years coaching, our basketball team, the first 2 weeks of practice, we dedicate the first 50 minutes of every practice to an alum who comes in for practice, and they talk about what it was like when they were there, the expectations, and what it means to them to be at CM. I've listened to these stories for years, and it's the highlight of my practice. And most of the kids basically say the same thing. But one day in 2005, one of our players was telling his story. And at the end of his presentation, I always open up for questions, and one of the kids says, so, yeah, that's all really good, but what do you say when people ask, what level you played at? Without missing a beat, the alum says, I played there for 2 years. In my mind, I was playing Division I basketball. I was treated like I was a Division I player and expected to act like it. I was taught how to talk, walk, and play like I was a Division I player. To me, this was a Division I experience. So when people ask me what level I played at, I tell them I had a Division I experience in the UCAA, and CM was my Division I. Folks should be really proud of the association that promotes competition, recognizes personal achievement, fosters growth, and recognizes the importance of winning. Furthermore, you can be part of an association that looks like a Division I association, acts like a Division I association, and is respected like a Division I association. And a lot of that goes to our leadership. It goes to past leadership, and it goes to the present leadership. Because I'll match our leadership up against any other association. To receive an honor like this, it's always, you don't really expect things like this, and I'm tremendously humbled by it. It means an awful lot. And one of the things that I tell my kids every day, and I would say to you, once you figure out this statement, you'll be successful. And the statement is, when you realize it's not about you, it's about us. Once you figure that out, you're there. Thank you very much.
Let's hear it. Dave Gunn. The USCAA would like to thank you for joining us here for its inaugural Hall of Fame banquet and awards dinner. It certainly has been an honor and a privilege for me to have some small part in this whole evening. The USCAA staff will greet guests in the convention hall who wish to walk to the association's headquarters to view the Hall of Fame mural and media presentation. We thank you very, very much again. Have a pleasant evening in our wonderful city of Norfolk, and we hope to see you all soon. Travel safe.